At the beginning of the season, it looked like the MVP race was going to be a runaway. It was going to be a one-man show, one-man army, and Russell Westbrook. It didn't look like anybody else was going to stand a chance. And then one man decided to step up, be like, no, this is my year.
Who's that?
James Harden.
Oh, that guy.
James Harden went from being somebody that kind of fell behind the shadow a lot, never got proper respect. I don't think he was even an All-NBA player last year. You know All-NBA teams? I don't think he was even selected for one last year. And he had a phenomenal year. But now this is his year. I think he's become the front runner. A lot of people still say Westbrook. But when you're 7th in the West, Westbrook, I'm sorry. Even if you average a triple-double, I don't think... If there won for Harden, I think he'd be winning MVP. But Harden has his team 3rd in the West behind the Spurs and Warriors.
It's good. That's
amazing.
Yeah.
And he's doing everything. I think he's averaging like 30 points, around 8 rebounds, and like 12 assists or something like that. Harden.
Actually, 28 points.
Not bad.
And 11 assists.
You just checked that?
Yeah, I just checked that.
I figured you didn't have that in your head.
Points. I didn't have him. I'm not good with basketball, but it's 28 points. You know. The reason I don't have him over Russell is averaging 30 points.
Yeah,
and 12 assists.
30, 10.5, and 10.5.
10.5. That's pretty damn good, but he's not winning though. I guess because he has a weaker team, but.
Yeah, the only reason people compare him to Iverson in 01, but Iverson won championship. Iverson actually won games. I think he got his team. Don't quote me on this, but I think he got them to 4th in the East, and I think he's the lowest person in NBA history, or for a long time, for like team to be lowest, like in 4th. I think everybody else was 3rd or higher, and to go from 4th to 7th for Westbrook, I don't see it happening. I think James Harden's gonna be MVP at this point. But there are other people I think deserve consideration. Besides, I think
KD had a case.
He's having a phenomenal season. I mean, it's not his best statistical, but if you just watch him, he just seems on a different level. Like he has pressure off of him, which you feel like pressure would be on him, but he plays like he doesn't have any pressure.
Seems relaxed.
He does. He's enjoying playing the game.
Yeah.
And I don't like KD. Again, forget the poster. I'm not a KD fan. But he's been fun to watch. I gotta give him that. But the other names, I think you gotta bring up Isaiah Thomas. He's not getting.
I love Isaiah Thomas.
Nobody's talking about him as MVP, but he's 3rd in the East.
Smallest guy, man. Small guy.
And he's averaging like 26, 27 points, and he's, I think, top 5 in assists. Like, he's doing everything for the team. He's coming up clutch night in, night out.
Small guy.
Team's winning. I don't know what else you could want.
Small guys don't get respect, man. I gotta say.
And by the end of the season, they may be 2nd in the East. They could pass. I could see them passing the Raptors after All-Star break. But another guy that I think needs more respect. The only reason that he's not brought up the same way is because I think they're 7th in the East, and that's Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think more people are talking about him now. Yeah. After he had his game winner against the Knicks, all of a sudden people saying everybody talking about
Giannis. Though it was like 5 seconds to the back.
It happens. They don't call that down.
That's too long though. I mean, it's all.
Yeah, but I just want to make a case real quick that Giannis should be an MVP consideration. First of all, he's leading his team in all 5 major statistical categories. There's only been 5 other players in NBA history to do that. That's Dr. J, Dave Cowens, Scottie Pippen, Tracy McGrady, and the last person was Kevin Garnett in 2003. So it's been 13, almost 14 years since it's been done. And Giannis, alright, for all my statistical nuts out there, I love statistics. I'm just going to go over a few statistics for Giannis, what I think makes him. And, alright, I'm going to say he's 2nd in real plus minus, 5th in wins added to his team, 2nd in player efficiency rating behind only Russell Westbrook and James Harden. He's 9th in block percentage, 6th in defensive rating, 7th in offensive win shares, 7th in defensive win shares, 4th in win shares, 2nd in box plus minus, 2nd in defensive plus minus, and here's one I think is amazing. He's 3rd in value over replacement player behind Russell Westbrook and James Harden, meaning he's ahead of LeBron James, he's ahead of Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, Isaiah Thomas, anybody you can name besides Russell Westbrook and James Harden. And the value over replacement player is one that I never hear anyone talking about, but that really just it's a stat that really puts how much you do for your team. And he's up there with some of the best of all time, and he's only 22 years old, which should scare people for the future. But right now, I have him third in the MVP race behind James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and then after him, I'd have to have Isaiah, and then probably KD. That's my top 5. You have a top 3, top 5? Well, just what's your thoughts for MVP?
I got James.
Like number 1 or
yeah,
just...
James number 1.
Oh, James Harden. I had LeBron James in my head. I was like, really?
No,
a lot of people still make the argument for LeBron. He's not in his best year right now.
But anyways, James Harden is number 1. Russell number 2. Number 3. I actually like Isaiah Thomas out.
And they're winning.
I like Isaiah Thomas. 3 is Isaiah Thomas. And then I guess I put Giannis.
There's also Anthony Davis, Marcus Cousins. But they're not winning. And John Wall is having a really great year. Chris Paul has his team winning. This is a really good year of basketball, I gotta say. I mean, I'm enjoying it. But another thing on Giannis real quick, because I'm loving watching this guy play. Every time the Bucks play and I can access that game, I'm watching that game. And there's not a lot of players I can say about that. Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Giannis.
He's very entertaining.
Joel Embiid, I'm loving watching right now.
Oh, I love him. Just wait until they get Ben Simmons back.
Oh yeah.
God, I think he's so entertaining to watch.
Giannis should be in consideration for the Defensive Player of the Year. I think right behind Draymond Green. I think Draymond should get it, but then Giannis, because Giannis is averaging like 2 blocks a game, about 2 steals a game, and like I just said, he was 7th in defensive win shares, and he was 6th in defensive rating. And what he can do, he can guard your point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center, and he can do it with ease. There are times I think when they played 76ers, I saw him size up against Joel Embiid, but then there are also times where I saw him size up with TJ McConnell. I mean, this dude can literally do anything you want for him, and he's definitely gonna be MVP one day in this league. And but right now, I do think it's gonna be James Harden. And if it's my vote, I'd say James Harden. A lot of people are still saying Westbrook because if you average triple-double, I mean, that's amazing. That's amazing, but James Harden has his team third when he doesn't have a team that should be third in the West. Over the Clippers, his surrounding group is not a third team in the West. Not the West. We're talking about East, maybe, but the West.
I just know one thing about him from the Rockets is him and Aaron
Gordon.
Yeah, and
then Ryan Anderson.
And Capella.
And he's doing the most with what he's got. For MVP, it's a fun one, and things could change. I mean, you never know. The Thunder could get going.
You never know if Giannis just drops off.
Yeah, you never know. And sometimes Harden has a tendency to not try as much after the All-Star break or before he kind of picks and chooses. That's why everybody gets on about defense, because he's not a bad defender. It's just because he's doing so much on the offensive end.
He's lazy.
Yeah. Or he can't do both as hard. That's why I like guys like Giannis or Isaiah Thomas who are 100% always on. But for me, I got Giannis, or not Giannis, I got James Harden. And personally, I get the debate, I like the debate, but at the end of the day, I think James Harden's kind of running away with it. It's his year. At the beginning, it looked like it was going to be Russ's. I wish it was Russell Westbrook's year. I'm a huge Russell Westbrook fan. But James Harden, it's his year. I think he's going to be MVP, personally.
Steph Curry. I'm just kidding. Yeah, James.
No.
Yeah, I got James.
I think we're good. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. Be brutally honest. We're good with it.